But first, however, we have an interview with DJ and Amalgamayne. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Hello, Speedromizer community. I hope everybody's doing great. This is the last day of weekend one, but it is not our last interview. We are here with, as previously stated, the legendary Amalgamayne. Sorry, the hot sauce is messing with my ability to think. How are you doing?
I am doing amazingly well. Thank you for having me, and it is a blessing to get some time to chat with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we saw you back on day one with Resident Evil 3 Remake. You were the commentator and teacher of that. We have you now with, pull up my notes, Sentinels of the Multiverse. So tell us about this game and how it compares with other TCG speedruns.
Oh, well, I was first surprised of getting a pick like this because I've never played a card game before. Like, I've heard of Magic and I've heard of other games like this, but this was all completely new to me. I'm a shooter and Resident Evil speedrunner by choice. So this was completely flexing new muscle. The game is about effectively you building your own Marvel Avengers and saving the Earth from perilous villains. You have to assemble your squad, move all of the right pieces into play, pull the right cards, and counter all of the enemy's attacks that will try to knock you down very, very quickly. It is challenging. I will say that, yes.
So it's not like, so what goes into something like this? Is it like you have to go to a certain amount of opponents, beat a certain amount of opponents, fight a boss, lather, rinse, repeat, or is there a little bit kind of a different structure?
Structurally, what you're going to see is all you have to do is defeat what are called villains. So you set up a villain, you choose a villain, you choose a team, and then you get thrown right into the action. The villain will start to throw out enemy cards or little mobs that you may have to deal with, but your ultimate goal is to knock them down. You get a team of up to 5 heroes that you get to choose and counter however you want. So each battle has, I will call it, its own little gimmick that you gotta be able to counter and have 2 or 3 backups ready to go in case the RNG decides to not be in your favor.
Yeah, RNG, especially in card games, especially of something of like this magnitude, obviously there's a lot of, is there any one part of the run that's more RNG intense, or is it just kind of all evened out?
I think, and again, this is from my experience, 2 of the 4 bosses that you have to fight are loaded with more terrible RNG than the others. And I'm talking about the first part of the run, where we fight Citizen Dawn. She has a bunch of cards that will basically remove all of your character's abilities, all of your support within like a turn or two. And she also has the ability to become invulnerable if you do too much damage to her team. So you have to be able to really be able to anticipate and counter. The other one is a Grand Warlord Voss, where he will pull out a sea of minions, and you have to be able to knock them down very quickly. Otherwise, one of the game over conditions that will happen is if there's too many of his evil army on the field, the Earth is instantly taken over.
Definitely don't want that to happen.
No.
So I'm not sure how obtaining cards works in this game. I imagine that you acquire cards in a different amount of ways. Is there any cards you're hoping to get early on, or cards that you're hoping to avoid?
Yes. So in Sentinels, you start with a full deck. You don't have to really do anything to like acquire or spend to be able to get the cards that you want. You just pull, the game gives you cards and you pull them however many that you can. There are certain cards, like you were hinting at, that I'm actually hoping to get. Against Citizen Dawn, I'm hoping to get a very, very powerful card called Savage Mana that allows you to be able to prevent Miss Dawn, as I like to call her, from being able to turn invulnerable. If you don't get that card early, then you have to completely change your entire strategy on the fly to be able to adapt to her becoming invulnerable for a while. I also look for a combination of Legacy's Legacy Ring, which allows him to take multiple turns when he has multiple powers played. And one of my other favorite cards is going to be Synaptic Intervention by the amazing Tachyon, which allows you to reflect any damage that she receives back at a card of your choosing. Enemy cards that I'm hoping to avoid, just to be able to capture the last half of your question, is Devastating Aurora from Citizen Dawn. What that does is it basically wipes your entire field. Not in the sense of killing your heroes, but it removes all buffs and all setups that you have in one turn. Also want to watch out for the Sedative Fletchies from the Spider Demon Omnitron, where it will also do the same thing plus damage you. I'm also going to be on the lookout in the fight against Grand Warlord Voss, a environment card called Hostage Situation, which prevents you basically from being able to play any type of card until you get rid of it.
I can definitely, hearing some of those cards, I can think of other card game equivalents to it. So that being said, what is the best card in the game, just overall? Is there any one card, or is there a combo of cards?
That's definitely a tough one. Certain ones I look for based upon situations. Overall, I think some of the better cards that I'm always happy to see is going to be Tachyon's Fleet of Foot, which allows her to be able to have an extra turn, plus give everybody on your team a free draw at the same time. So you could be able to get your team quickly assembled. Another card I always look forward to trying to pull is Legacy's Takedown. What that does is it prevents the villain from being able to act and draw, but it doesn't prevent the rest of their team from drawing. So if you need time to be able to weigh out any of the opposition's offenses that they're coming after you with, Takedown buys you a lot of time.
Okay, so there's a good. It's pretty open then. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
So stepping away from Sentinels of the Multiverse, post Speedromizer, what are your future speedrunning plans?
Ooh, well, I don't have necessarily a one type of category or specific type of speedrun I like to do. I like to go kind of all over the place just because I like to stretch myself and also revisit games that I've played before. So a couple that I'm coming up with are I am doing Doom 64 on Watch Me Die difficulty, the hardest at 100% completion. I'm also going to be doing, I'm doing Mario Kart 64 because I'm doing a summer retro speedrun type of learning. All cups, 150cc. And after that, I'm going to step back into some horror with Fatal Frame 2 Remake 100% Nightmare difficulty, New Game Plus.
That's another good one. It's the Fatal Frame series is something I definitely want to explore. It's been sitting on my Xbox for a while now.
It's one of those games where, just like Resident Evil, the first time you play through it or any of the Souls games, I also say, the first time through is going to be very painful because not only you're exposed to new mechanics, but since you're not powered, the game actually takes advantage of you in that. After that, once you start to learn things, you can be able to counter very quickly.
Definitely. If you like horror, I definitely would, and this is kind of a shameless plug, I would definitely recommend our next game of Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
Okay. I have not heard of it, but I will definitely keep an eye on in the background for it.
It's definitely one. So with that being said, just closing comments, anything you'd like to say as we bring this interview to a close?
Yes, just a couple quick little things for me. Speedromizer brought my commentator to me. I had no knowledge of this game whatsoever, and I would like to give a special thank you to Banana. If you're listening, Banana, thank you so much. I met them in one of the random streams I was doing about learning the game, and they were so kind enough to say, "Do you mind me backseating?" And I'm like, absolutely not. They were able to help me understand a lot of the core game mechanics, let me understand what I was doing wrong, and also be a good partner in helping them understand complementary techniques around going faster and understanding how to be able to do everything. And one last special note from me is, as somebody in this community myself, I'm very proud to help represent the LGBT2 IA plus community here. I love coming to these types of events, and if you do happen to come back and watch the actual run, I have something special where I will be actually dressed up as one of the characters from the game.
It's Sentinels of the Multiverse is definitely a run you do not want to miss. The second half of today is absolutely stacked. Thank you again for joining us, and we will see you later today for Sentinels of the Multiverse later today.
It's been a pleasure, and let's go see some ghoulies.
Let's go see some ghoulies.
All right. Well, before we I need to check before we go to before we see some ghoulies. Do we need to see another ad break? I'm not sure. Looking like no, so I guess I just get to talk to y'all for a bit. Hello again, Speedromizer community to day 3, and let me remind y'all what this is all about. Speedromizer is the speedrunning marathon where what you submit is not what you run. You are assigned a run and a teacher and given 90 days to learn to do it. That sounds like something you'd like to check out. You should absolutely join our Discord. Links can be found in the doobly-doo, I do believe. Yeah, here, somewhere around here. Additionally, this particular event, we are raising funds for QMUNITY. QMUNITY is British Columbia's queer, trans, and two-spirit resource center, providing a safe space for two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersexual, and asexual folks and their allies. QMUNITY is a province-wide resource center that delivers programs and services to anyone within the 2S LGBTQIA plus community in need of support and connection. Regardless of age, location, and circumstance, their organization is there to ensure queer, trans, and two-spirit people can find low-barrier access to mental health resources, peer support, information, referrals, and more. Well, that's what we are raising all our funds for here. Speedromizer.live/donate to see that donation link. We have some fun. We have some good Brain can't make words suddenly because I'm getting a lot of things popping up all at once. Let's see. First off, I just got a donation towards one the incentive I was about to plug, which is since this upcoming run is a teacher race, Kaiser has to intentionally take deaths by the Reaper. How many? Up to 40. They cost $25 each, and obviously that will cut off once Kaiser reaches the Reaper, which I do not know when and where that is in the run. Kaiser did generously donate. The first 2 deaths are on them. Let's see how many more we can get. The rest goes to Tempest saying that line, because Kaiser actually donated $92.45 Canadian to the event. So thank you for that, Kaiser. We have other incentives as well for Subnautica. Tempest having to say the line. That also is an iterative bonus, so that it comes out every $25. They have to say it again. For Forza Horizon 4, we have limo percent. For Duck Life Battle, choose the Duck's hairstyle. Crash Team Racing, choose the character path. Paper Mario Tower of Trials, choose the character palette. Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, choose character. And Just Dance 2023 edition, bonus song. Looks like right now, Saiyan is in the lead with $1.69 for Duck Life hairstyle. Hero is in the lead for the character path, $100 to $51. The character palette for Paper Mario appears to be Waluigi, and character for Sonic All-Stars Team Racing is Big the Cat. We are $22.39 towards the bonus song, and also let's keep in mind that if you want to see a repeat of what has already started to be called within the Discord the incident. If we break $2,000 by the end of next weekend, DJ will have to do another dab of hot sauce. And if we break the last Speedromizer record, he'll have to do it before his closing speech. So I'm sure that everyone who's seen the clip or was there for it live would understands how much one could appreciate that. So absolutely, hopefully get your money in to see that while you can. I'm gonna see where we are at. There is things. Sorry, I'm checking. Just checking where we're at. I was muted for a little bit there. My apologies. Sorry, we're going to run some ads.
yeah.
All right, those were definitely ads. Or at least that is what I have been told. I can't really watch the stream because it's behind on everything I get to hear. So, we are coming in here, getting ready to be able to run Grab by the Ghoulies. Let me get a check on where we are at prep-wise for that. It will be a race between Tempest Mask 1000 and the teacher, Kaiser. So definitely going to be a great run. Reminder, we have an open $25 earns an extra suicide on the Reaper up until we get to the point of the Reaper. Having not played this game before, nor watched it played, I have no idea exactly when that is, except since this is Reaper percent, I'm guessing it's the final boss. So we can accept up to 40 intentional deaths on the Reaper, and those come in at not a fully inexpensive even, $25 each. So love to see that happen. And keep in mind that is $25 Canadian. So for those of you who's just still have an economy that hasn't fully crashed yet, give it a little more time, but get a little extra value. I think it's I think if you're in the US, it's $1 gets $1.40 Canadian at the moment. So we are still working on getting audio up and running properly. Live, everybody. And while we do have the incomparable George, it still sometimes is, you know, how well can you fix things over multiple computers? Too many windows open on one computer. Looks like, if I'm reading things correctly, it looks like we are about ready to go live into the game, though. Yep, looks like we are ready to go. So, without much further ado, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go. Okay. My apologies. I am being told to hold. Still alive, everybody. Yeah, we got a small hold up on that, but we'll be able to catch up here soon. Bid war to remove wild animal racing versus make DJ race George. I think we should start an incentive to try and to get DJ to have to run Wild Animal Sports Day 600% for the next speed row. It is, I will say, having tried to run Wild Animal Sports Day 600%, it is, it's not as easy as you might imagine it is. There is a lot of jank that one has to put up with. Especially because it's hard to tell what buttons actually do what. For other events for other games upcoming after Grab Guy the Ghoulies, we got Tokitori 2 being run by Act Loose. And then we got Duck Life Battle, Glitchless, being run by Piquancy, I think, and I Like Baguette. And then the Wild Animal Racing All Cups from George coming up at 4:35. You don't want to miss that one. You really don't. And then Backyard Wrestling, Western title Spicy Percent by DJ. So more DJ killing himself with hot food, because that, honestly, that plays pretty well. And then after that, we got that Sentinels on the Multiverse base set any percent coming up afterwards. If you caught the interview with Amalgamayne before here just a moment ago, and so that's what they were talking about for that. I'm definitely gonna want to try and check that out if I've got the time. I can't remember exactly. I've got some things this evening, so otherwise it's definitely still gonna get to check the VOD out, which you can find on our Twitch channel here at speedromizer.live. And I think we probably have a YouTube channel where we upload VODs too. If we don't, then we ought to. We are getting ready to get everything moved around, but we're not quite there yet. Yep, we do have a YouTube channel. I do not know whether it's got... Yep, looks like it's got all of the... all of the VODs available from previous events as well, if you want to see what everyone has done before. Getting messages on Discord. I have been asked if I am ready. Yes, I am ready. We can, if we can move me into the other room, I can go ahead and we can get things started.